You can get almost anything you want in life, but not by chasing it like you're desperate, not by begging, not by hoping someone will notice you. You get it by becoming someone who moves with calm intent. This video is not about hacks, it's about control. How to become the kind of man who attracts outcomes without trying too hard. Let's begin. Point number 1. Want it quietly, move loudly. Most men ruin their chances by talking too much. They post about their goals, they brag about what they're going to do, they announce things before they've even started. And then they wonder why no one takes them seriously. Real men don't broadcast what they're chasing. They let their actions speak, because results are louder than words. And real progress doesn't need applause. When you want something, hold it close. Keep it in your chest, not in your mouth. Let the world see the results, not the plan. Here's the shift. Next time you set a goal, keep it private. Not as a secret, but as discipline. Work in silence, build quietly, and when it's ready, let your results walk into the room before you do. People respect what they can see, and they trust those who don't need to over-explain. This applies to everything: your career, your fitness, even your relationships. Let others guess what you're working on. Let them feel the difference before you speak it. That's how you build quiet power. The kind that doesn't need to convince anyone because the proof is already visible. Point number 2. Never chase, attract. The harder you chase something, the faster it runs. This is true in dating. It's true in business. It's true with people in general. When you chase, your energy says one thing: I don't have this, and I don't believe I can get it unless I chase it. That's not confidence. That's neediness. And neediness pushes things away. Attraction works differently. It comes from stillness, from presence, from knowing who you are and letting that speak for you. Think about someone you've seen who didn't try to be noticed. They just walked with calm, spoke when needed, listened more than they talked, and somehow everyone wanted to know more. That's attraction. It's quiet. It doesn't pull, it draws things in. Here's how to practice this. Start by noticing where you chase. Do you overtext someone who's not replying? Do you try to convince others to like you? Do you keep trying to prove you're worth it? If yes, pause, step back, and ask, how would the man I respect behave here? Would he beg? Would he explain himself endlessly? Or would he stay calm and move on? Attraction is not about manipulating anyone. It's about becoming so steady in yourself that others want to be around that energy. Because calm is rare. Confidence is quiet. And when you carry both, you don't need to chase anything. Point number 3. Be clear about what you want. This might sound obvious, but most men don't actually know what they want. They say things like, I want to be successful, I want to be respected. But what does that mean? How will you know when you've arrived? Clarity is power. You can't hit a target you haven't defined, and you won't stay consistent if your goal keeps changing. If you want something, write it down. Be specific. Don't say, I want more money. Say, I want to earn this much per month from this kind of work by this time. Don't say, I want to be more confident. Say, I want to be able to speak in a room of 5 people without fear. Say, I want to be able to hold eye contact without anxiety. Now that's real. Now you have something to work toward, something you can measure, something your actions can align with. Here's a simple exercise. Take a pen, write down 3 things you want in life. Now rewrite them with more detail. What does it look like? How will you feel once you get it? And what is the smallest next step? If you can't do this, you're not ready to get what you want, because your mind isn't even sure what you're aiming for. Clarity reduces stress. It removes overthinking. It gives your mind a clear signal. Now your actions have direction. Now your choices start to align. And every day, you either move closer or further. But at least you know the path. This one step alone will separate you from most people. Because most people are confused. And confused people stay stuck. You, on the other hand, are getting sharp. And sharp men cut through noise.
Point number 4. Detach from the result. This might sound strange. You want something badly, so how are you supposed to not care about it? But here's the truth. Desperation ruins execution. The more attached you are to the result, the more pressure you feel. And pressure makes you act out of fear instead of control. Think about the last time you wanted something deeply. Maybe a girl to reply, a job to say yes, a moment to go exactly the way you pictured it, and it didn't. Your mind spiraled. You replayed it. You lost sleep. Not because the thing was that important, but because you were too attached to getting it. This is where most men collapse. They tie their self-worth to the outcome. If they don't get what they want, they feel like they failed, like they're not enough. That mindset is poison, because it keeps your power outside of you. Real power is in your process, not the prize. It's how you show up, how you act regardless of the result. Here's what to do. Every time you pursue something, tell yourself this: I want this, I'll go after it, but I don't need it to feel complete. That one sentence changes everything. It lowers the pressure. It calms your nervous system. It helps you act from strength instead of panic. It doesn't mean you don't care. It means you're not defined by it. Want the outcome, work for it, but don't let it control your emotions. This helps you stay stable in rejection. It helps you stay focused when things move slowly. And it protects your confidence when life doesn't give you what you asked for. Because you never needed the result to feel like a man. You already were one, with or without it. Point number 5. Keep your standards, not your expectations. There's a big difference between the two. Expectations are about what others should do for you. Standards are about what you do for yourself. Most men walk around with heavy expectations. They expect to be praised. They expect women to respond. They expect people to treat them well just because they exist. And when it doesn't happen, they become bitter. They call the world unfair. They start acting out. They drop their effort. But the truth is, no one owes you anything. Respect, attention, opportunities, they don't show up just because you want them. They come when you align with them, when your habits, your mindset, and your presence earn them. Standards are internal. They are choices you live by. How you talk, how you show up, how you work, what you accept, what you ignore, what you build. A man with standards says, I don't need anyone to act a certain way for me to stay focused. I don't need approval to keep doing the right thing. And that kind of man becomes unshakable. He doesn't beg, he doesn't chase, he doesn't lose himself when people disappoint him. Here's how to apply this. Write down 5 standards you want to live by. Not goals, not results. Standards. For example, I respond calmly under pressure. I train my body 4 times a week. I speak only when I have something real to say. I don't chase people who pull away. I finish what I start. These are standards. They don't rely on anyone else. And the more you stick to them, the stronger you get. You become someone who doesn't just want things. You become someone who is ready for them. People notice this. they can feel when a man is self-led, and the world starts to move toward him, not away. Now here's the truth. You might not get everything you want in life, but if you live by these 5 principles, you'll get more than most. Not because you're lucky, but because you're clear, you're focused, you're detached, and you're steady. And the world respects steady men. Let's end with this. Most guys fail to get what they want because they don't understand how to move. They try too hard. They talk too much. They chase things that don't belong to them. And they act from emotion instead of direction. This video wasn't about tricks. It was about becoming the kind of man who doesn't need tricks. You want something? Stop announcing it. Just work. Stop chasing it. Start attracting it. Get clear, detach from the outcome, live by your standards, and let the results come to the man who's already becoming what he wants. Comment, "We are men," if you're done chasing and ready to lead. And remember, you don't need to beg. You don't need to force. You don't need to win people over. You need to build, to act with calm, to stay sharp when it's quiet. Want less, do more, attract better.